It's Monday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Obiajulu Olabisi Ugbo, and as usual, I have the wonderful ladies of Your View. Nima Akashat Zibiri. How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm grateful to God. Yesterday, my son insisted we must do football. We've not done football. We do it every weekend, at least as a habit. But weekdays, when I'm tired, I'm tired. But he dragged me out at 8 p.m. last night to go and start playing football. Aww. So I'm a bit knocked out, but the boy knows how to coach me. Yeah, my only woman. I'll be singing that song, do like this.
You sang the song to the makeup
I was a bit
today.
stiff. Oh. I was like, he said, do like this.
It's the experience,
my shots are so good. If I can say so myself.
I can't imagine myself playing football.
If I kick a ball,
Prouding.
can be proud. Both legs, right, left. I was like, got
you
it.
try.
She has got nothing on you, girl.
Nothing. I've discovered my talent.
Oh, well done. TMO Speaks. Stop with
Welcome back.
Diggy. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. How you doing?
I'm good. Grateful to God. Got into the house around 12 midnight yesterday. I went for the 60th birthday of Mrs. Godri Ubechi, and you know, she was talking about how she celebrated her birthday was to pay off the bills of mothers that were at the island maternity that couldn't afford their hospital bills because she saw Kemi Adetiba's movie. And in the movie, the first clip showed the struggle of the main character to pay the bills of his wife, and she said she felt so moved that she said she was going to do that for her birthday. On her birthday she would go to the hospital, and anybody who was unable to pay the bills, she went there and cleared it. For me, it just shows the impact of storytelling and movies and how those things can shape the world, because when Kemi was entertaining, telling a story, but somebody else took a lesson from that and decided to use that to celebrate her birthday. Well, Mrs. Godri, happy birthday again. You know I love you. Thank you for all you do and how you support me. God bless you.
Well done. I was thinking you'd tell us about your holiday, but it's okay. You break it down.
Holiday is on Instagram. You can go and watch.
Miriam Lunge, how you doing today?
I'm doing well.
You're looking very humble. What's going on?
I'm quite a humble person.
You know, if I do say so myself.
But over the weekend I was quite busy, but on Sunday I went for a family friend's church event. So she was my late mother-in-law's very good friend, and she celebrated her husband's 40th anniversary of his passing.
Oh my God.
Yes, and I'm telling you, it was just, you know, when the priest was talking about how in those 40 years, all the challenges, and see where she is. She has children who are doing very well, living in different places across the world. She travels from one country to the other, like her life is made, but it took, you know, a period where she nearly lost everything. You know, one of her sons was highlighted that his father had just died. When the father died, he was just 16, just about to get into university, and look at where they are today. So I think it was just a message to everyone that sometimes when you're going through a tough time today, don't worry, God's got you. In a few years, your testimony will be different.
You're going to be all right. So this morning, we pause to celebrate a truly remarkable woman, the indefatigable mother, Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu CON, who turned 65 yesterday. Senator Tinubu is more than just the wife of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. She's a trailblazer in her own right, a three-term distinguished senator, a passionate advocate for women and youth, and a voice for the vulnerable. Many still remember her transformative years as the First Lady of Lagos State, where she founded the New Era Foundation, a flagship initiative that promoted youth development, education, and community service, and left a lasting impact on Lagos communities. Today, as Nigeria's First Lady, she continues that legacy of empowerment, compassion, and service, inspiring millions of Nigerians with her grace, resilience, and leadership. On her 65th birthday, we joined the nation in celebrating Senator Oluremi Tinubu, a First Lady with purpose and passion. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
As in, I was reading, I think it was TVC News that was reading the write-up by the president, and it was like, oh, the love of my life, you know, it was all those lyrics that you would love to hear, but it's interesting. We see First Lady But to the president, that's his wife.
Yeah, that's his
wife.
wife.
That's his companion. That's the mother of his children.
Even if she's a 3-time senator, my wife.
So it's interesting to see the love side as a lover girl. But beyond that, she's done remarkable. I think she's one of the busiest first ladies we've ever had. Going from state to state, visiting.
True.
She I don't think there's any week she does not go to another state.
It's have a project
back to back. Because I was talking to someone who's a special advisor to one of the other first governor's wives, and he was like, First lady is always taking our first lady to different states because she wants to impact and see what's going on around.
Yeah, well done.
So happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday.
That's all we can take right now. When we come back, we'll do the newspaper reviews. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back. We'll be starting the newspaper reviews with The Nation. EFCC, 13,000 convictions secured. We have a big advert here. Tantita Security Services Nigeria Limited. Excitement as President Tinubu commissions facilities renovated by Tantita at Sultan Bello Mosque, Kaduna. Another story here. Otedola, over 2 trillion siphoned in fraudulent fuel subsidy claims under Jonathan. And I'm sure we have more stories in the papers. What do we have?
Okay.
The Nation.
Can I start with Otedola?
Yeah,
so the billionaire has decided to flog that man. It's been a bit harsh on them. That's the Depot and Petroleum Product Marketers Association of Nigeria. He said, on subsidy, I personally warned President Goodluck Jonathan that he was being misled and that the system was built to benefit depot owners and that man. And their members became the primary beneficiary of subsidy. Over 2 trillion was siphoned through questionable claims, all tied to depot licensing. The policy was rewarded neither transparency nor innovation, but rewarded and encouraged rent-seeking and corruption. And he said that he must commend President Bola Tinubu for daring to do what no other leader before him had the political will to do, and which was to execute the full deregulation of the downstream petroleum sector. He commended his friend, of course, Dangote, for being innovative in that sector, saying that this period has ushered in a new era of transparency, healthy competition, and customer-centric service delivery. He said this sector has been long plagued by rent-seeking, subsidy fraud, product diversion, and smuggling. And these reforms that the president has brought in marks a decisive break from the past and lays the foundation for a more efficient and accountable energy market. Yet, despite this progress, these voices said there are still voices clinging to the old ways, voices, And then so he went on to advise that man, which is in other papers, but, we can take it that they should reinvent themselves, and that, the sector has been finally taken over by the right business formula or the right business methods, which is, of course, the refinery. And Dangote, that man, Nupeng, have been going back and forth about this so-called monopolization of the sector, as they claim, and removing them from business. But we can all attest to what was in the past. First petroleum scarcity, strikes, and all of those things that caused hardship, forcing the government to pay monies, subsidize, their businesses. That's not the way business should be done. Exactly. And I agree completely that this change should stay.
Yes, EFCC has secured conviction of 13,000. This is the executive chairman, Ola Olukoyede. He spoke in Washington, D.C. on Friday at the EBI Group Africa Leaders and Partners Forum. They said he joined other world leaders at the forum to discuss de-risking investment in Africa's strategic sectors, agriculture, energy transition, and critical minerals. He said that EFCC in its 22 years of existence has maintained a trajectory of vigorous investigations, prosecutions, and assets tracing, recovery, and return. The consistency of the commission is on his mandate. He explained has made it possible for it to deepen and widen the investment fortunes of Nigeria. He says that there can be no greater incentive to investors than assurance of due process and rule of law. From background of zero conviction for financial and economic crimes, we have now achieved over 13,000 convictions in 22 years of operation. In 2024, the Commission secured 4,111 convictions, and he says this has rekindled confidence that investors who, for many reasons, felt cheated, can now seek redress. He said so many things. He also mentioned that they offer advisory service on demand to foreign investors seeking information to navigate potential risks in Nigeria's investment landscape. And he said that the EFCC issues alerts to put the investing public on notice regarding trends in the investing environment, and that could expose them to unmitigated risk. And give an example of the notice on 58 Ponzi schemes masquerading as investment schemes that were published in March, and so on and so forth. Just, gave them just what the EFCC does, to make sure de-risk Africa. It says they recognize that Africa is like new bride. Everybody wants to come because we have lots of riches and everything, but investors are afraid. But they are here to assure them that they are there to make sure that when they come into Nigeria to do business, there's always this body that protects them from, all these risks. So
well done. So I have one here. Markets in Lagos and other key cities markets have recorded a marginal reduction in prices of some staple foods, offering temporary relief to consumers grappling with months of steep inflation. However, market data reveal conflicting trends with gains in affordability for some items by fresh. There are also fresh surges in other items, leaving traders and households, uncertain about the outlook. So it says since February, the prices of several staple items have eased following increased supplies from farmers who have commenced harvesting. The most notable reduction has been in onions, with the cost of a big bag plummeting by 43.2% due to a wave of fresh arrivals from northern producing states. They also said prices fell for egusi, that's melon, white gari, beans, frozen fish varieties such as kote and titus, 25-liter gallon of vegetable oil and yams. They said traders that sell ugu in the market said a 50 kg bag of rice last December between 80,000 and 90,000. That was what they sold. But in February, the same quantity was sold between 70,000 and 75,000 naira for a bag of rice. November last year, we got to up to 230,000 per bag. They said there are a lot of things. Beans also used to sell up to 300,000 naira per bag.
The onions is current.
But now, yes, they said current, but now it's between 150 to 90,000 naira. So some things are reducing while other things are going up. So people are a bit confused, but at the end, like you rightly said, depends on the season. Which other stories do we have?
Yes, I do have the story, Constitution Review, and it is extremely important that we pay attention because the Deputy Speaker of the House Benjamin Kalu is also the co-chair of the Special Ad hoc Committee on Constitution Review and is going to be presiding on the Congress Hall at the Transcorp Hilton in Abuja, where they will be doing a constitutional review, just this hearing, conversation with public hearing that will be taking place. And the public hearing will be taking place across 12 designated centers nationwide. Okay. They are urging Nigerians to get, they are urging us
to come out,
to get involved. Okay. There's something that Benjamin Kalu said. He said the Constitution belongs to all Nigerians and its review must reflect the aspirations of our people. I urge citizens and stakeholders to participate fully in the national public hearing and make their voices count, because only through their contribution can we achieve a truly participatory and people-driven constitutional review. And they now release the link with which people can read about what the reviews are, inform themselves so that when they attend the hearing, they would have more information. It's bit.ly/HRR compendium. Please, just go and check it out, because sometimes it's easy to just talk and yab what is going on when you don't involve. You have no right to complain.
Yeah. We'll take a breather here. When we come back, the newspaper reviews continue. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
A new season, time of lifting, of transformation for your next level. For the Next Level Conference 2025 with Dr. David Ogbueli, an atmosphere where destinies are shaped. Host Dr. David Ogbueli and anointed voices from across nations. Leadership expert Dr. Ni Adesanya, seasoned banker Dr. Chiofo Ejiofobiri, Kenya agricultural revolutionary Bishop Titus Masika, Apostle Ben Ndobe, David Sepuya, together with powerful worship ministers Samisala Agbaby, Grace Idowu, and Anthony Kenny. 24th to Sunday 28th September 2025, 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. daily. Dominion City, Lagos headquarters, beside Lagos Business School, Aja. Don't just dream it, live it. Your next level awaits you.
Mealtime is game on. Meet my Sure Bet Game Changer, made from natural ingredients to deliver game-changing chicken aroma and taste for my whole team.
Mom, why did we not use this before?
Upgrade your chicken game with game-changing chicken flavor from Maggie Chicken.
Let me ask you a question. What's holding you back? Is it the pressure of your job? The demands of your education? Or your ability to connect with the world? Is it access to the right information? Are you lost? Is it your location? Or where you live? Or how far you are away from the opportunities? Maybe it's your language, your culture, or your traditions. Again, I ask you, what's holding you back?
Unlimited data from Airtel 5G Smart Connect. Whoever, wherever you are, stay connected. Stay limitless. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Progress no dey happen just like that. It dey come from support when you need am.
Mommy, I got the school fees. You too much.
Na money point o.
Money point, thank you.
Customer, na transfer abi? Confirm.
Bro, na transfer.
Na money point oga. Oh, na confirm.
Progress na peace of mind when you know say payment go land as Sure Banker. Progress na small wind where they carry person go far.
No worry, yourself go make am. Mo go Bible.
Victor, even you they use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money point, made for your progress.
As the archer meant to be.
I'm Nifemi Oguntoye, news anchor with TVC News.
My day is usually busy and it's difficult keeping up with breaking news stories, trending stories, business news, stock exchange and what have you. But with TVC News on WhatsApp, I'm able to catch up with all the breaking news, real-time updates and trending stories on the go, right on my phone, no matter where I am. It's quick, easy and always on. And here you can join us by scanning the QR code or using the link on our X and Instagram. Why wait? Come to the side of news that keeps you ahead. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments, just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough? for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
Welcome back. We're still reviewing the papers. Moving on now to the Daily Sun. Major headline: Benue police killings. Federal government applies tougher measures. IG deploys more tactical operatives. Arrest 6. Insecurity. Southeast governors incapacitated. Monarchs cry out. Demand state police. Federal government to relocate 30,000 cattle out of Abuja. Israel dismisses Canada, UK, Australia recognition of Palestine as independent states. Tinubu to declare open 2025 editors conference in Abuja November 4th. Government revokes additional 1,263 mineral licenses. Zenith Bank posts 2.5 trillion gross earnings, declares 1.25 interim dividends. What do we have?
Major headline: the Nigerian police force has arrested 6 suspects over the attack and killings of 6 personnel of the police tactical team by suspected armed headsmen and local militias at Agu Center, Katsina Ala, Okum local government area of Benue State. So this is according to the force PRO, CSP Hudain. He said the attack occurred on Friday, September 19th. It resulted in the death of 3 police officers, while 7 others are still missing. But then there's also a report from a source who said that a security team numbering over 90, led by an assistant superintendent of police, Danlami Usman, also known as Nzuru, who is dreaded by criminals in that area, was moving into the general area to flush out armed headsmen who stormed the area in large numbers. And then they unfortunately drove into this ambush, and then during the exchange of fire, they killed over 16 members of the security team. They took several others away, including their leader, that's the popular and dreaded assistant superintendent of police, who had over time been leading the onslaughts against bandits and armed headsmen in that axis. And they took him away, and they said since he'd been taken away, they've been calling that line, but someone who speaks a different language has been picking up the calls. They said it's really a sad day for them because he was the one who had been at the forefront of fighting bandits and armed headsmen in this part of the state. Criminals, bandits, and armed headsmen were scared of him. His demise will pose a major security challenge for our people. This is a tragedy. They said the chairman of Katsina Ala confirmed the incident, also posted a development on his verified social media handle. This is truly a sad one. To have even the people of the community testify to the work that this particular police officer was doing, and then to be caught up in this, the sacrifices that people in the military and the police make for us.
Yes. Our hearts go out to them.
So I have the Minister for Livestock, who is Livestock Development, Minister Idi Maya, who says that the ministry has commenced the process of relocating. You know that I read that story thinking they were opening it, and I had to read it again just to be sure at what stage they are in. So it's just commencement, and they are, according to them, they have just started. He said this grazing reserve is in 9,000 hectares of land in the Buhari area. That's Kau Grazing Reserve will be located in the Buhari area of Abuja. Is supposed to accommodate 30,000 heads of cattle with more than 10,000 human beings in that grazing reserve. And so they've gone there to inspect. He said they've come, they're looking to put a 15-kilometer road, solar power, lights, street lights across the reserve. Boreholes, dam, irrigation facilities, schools, solar power,
still going to be done.
facility security, pasture and manure production centers, markets and other social infrastructure. And so they've gone there, they've seen the dam, they are going to do that. They've sunk one borehole, they intend to sink more boreholes. They also, you know, talking with the people in the community who he claims are excited to see them. I'm super excited just reading this way too.
Okay, why?
As they're excited, it should not be audio. Because he is also promising in the report that this is not an empty promise.
Okay.
And I hope it shouldn't be what he says, because really we have pressing issues of herders and farmers clash.
Cattle
but the FCT is not even plagued by that. The FCT is just, you know, you just have cattle
on the road.
Existing
on the road.
Existing with humans.
Running two cattle.
And
running
so,
on inside our FCT.
So,
our federal capital territory.
Since they are looking at it,
having a reserve of hearing them telling us they want to come.
But we've always had cattle reserve. Each state has been protesting against cattle reserves in their state as if they don't eat meat. But now
we actually need the reserves.
We need the reserves,
yeah,
and so we want to see a serious place where this is done, which is why I'm waiting for the minister.
Yeah.
It is well.
Do you have a story?
Please let me take the spirit, because Nigeria matter seems to require spiritual help. So, Governor of River State, newly brought back, is now seeking. Welcome back, Governor Fubara. He's seeking spiritual support as he begins afresh, because you see, ordinary eye cannot solve Nigeria problems. So he has resumed official duties following the expiration of the 6 months emergency rule, and he said prayers and intercession. That was yesterday. So at the St. Paul's Anglican Church, Okpobo Town, headquarters of the Okpobo Nkoro local government area, where he attended Thanksgiving service, and it was his first public outing since resuming office. He said at the service, this service was actually the Thanksgiving and Harvest service of divine possibilities. Okay. And he used that to say he's here on the first Sunday after resumption to thank God for quietly, you know, thank him. He has thanked him quietly, but he's thanking God publicly for what the Almighty God has done for him, and what God will continue to do for him and his family. But not just for him and his family, but for this state and Nigeria. He's thanked these people for the gift of peace, and he's asking for spiritual support, you know, as he carries out.
We'll all join him in prayers. Yeah. Vanguard, definitely going to be our last paper for today. Crude oil imports hit record high as Dangote refinery reshapes trade flow. Zenith Bank gross earnings soars. Otedola to Dapman, your business model outdated. Dangote transforming petroleum sector. I'm sure we'll have more stories inside. So what do we have in Vanguard?
Let me take the one inside, because this one happy me. The Nigeria Liquefied Compressed Gases Association, that's the LPG operators, are throwing their weight behind Dangote and calling out Nupeng. They said they condemn Nupeng, what they call Nupeng's high-handedness as a group. In a statement signed by the executive secretary and the CEO, Larry Waju Bayo, the association faulted the alleged disruptive activities of Nupeng against Dangote refinery, warning that such actions threatens the Nigeria's economic stability, particularly in the downstream sector. I'm surprised that, you know, an operator. So I think Nupeng needs to re-strategize. Nupeng has been very influential as a pressure group, and they've done well over the years. But this,
they pressure the right side.
Pressure the flow now. Yes.
No, they must. No, they can continue to exist, but do it properly. Don't be anti people.
Exactly. Fighting against the tides.
I have a story that really, I saw the headline. It just gave me
palpitation.
Yes, palpitation. Why? It's about the security challenges within Katsina State, and a notorious bandit, Kachala Umaru, has warned security operatives against using only kinetic means to deal with insurgency. And he said that if you kill 10, 20 more will come. So if you kill 20, 30 more will come in their place in the bushes and in the village. That according to him, is truth. He said, truth be told, governments don't care about anyone. They are all about money, how to generate money. If government care about the people, all these things wouldn't be happening. Then the one that shocked me is if our boys mistakenly abduct anyone. I don't know how people mistakenly abduct anyone.
Okay.
Or if security operatives apprehend one of our stakeholders, should be involved and see that the person's taken is released. Let's tell ourselves the truth. If we know these talks won't foster any peace between us, then it will be the best if we remain the way we are. He had this conversation while there was a peace talk going on, and this doesn't sound like somebody in a peace talk. Is that someone that was giving ultimatum that if you we have power and we have people, and so if you fight us and you don't release our people,
you'll come back.
More will come. Honestly, I don't think that.
I have an NDLA story.
Yeah,
can I take that? So 2 Brazil returnees, Ofoma Sunday and Okachukwu Frank Ikechukwu, have excreted a total of 116 wraps of heroin and cocaine they ingested after days in observatory custody of NDLEA. They said one of the suspects, a 46-year-old Ofoma, was arrested Tuesday at the terminal of Lagos Airport upon his arrival from Brazil. He was taken for a body scan, which confirmed that he had ingested illicit drugs. NDLEA said that Ofoma had left Nigeria for Brazil September 3rd to courier this consignment to Lagos for a reward of $2,500 upon successful delivery. Then another follow-up operation conducted at Eliata Hotel Amuodofin, where Ofoma was instructed to meet one Nwekeju Chukudi, who was designated to oversee the excretion of the drugs at the hotel and recover them. So, yeah, that person too was arrested. A total of 111 wraps of heroin weighing 1,452 kilograms were ingested in 8 excretions by Ofoma. Anyways, this is NDLA doing his job, so those two have been arrested. Yeah.
All right, thank you, ladies. That's all we can take on the newspaper reviews. When we come back, we'll move on to the topics for today. Stay with us.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyingo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call a permanent solution.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crimes of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe it's achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amadedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Hey, my people, I greet you plenty. My name is Natika Okeke.
My name is Uwi Balogun.
My name is Damilola Banire. My name is Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo, listen. And this na Abigail.
And I dare on top of you, Pigeon.
I'm going to bring you bass. I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show, say, now my husband be this. After that day, the man
you go see him again. If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out.
On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody.
When you dey find the husband, you not see sign say the guy small thing, you don't vex, don't give signs.
If they look for person we go give them to you, fact as he be.
Men no dey ever get fault. If baby not dey for her, na the woman.
Talk no dey be person, make person no fit talk true inside.
But for this country, we not say if we open curtain in the morning, waiting no good, no good.
Me and my sisters, hey, we go tanda gidigba for inside studio to give una all the latest information.
We not even take responsibility for the children. Please the man.
And that's some poria.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting, as the arts are meant to be.
I'm Nifemi Oguntoye, news anchor with TVC News.
My day is usually busy and it's difficult keeping up with breaking news stories, trending stories, business news, stock exchange and what have you. But with TVC News on WhatsApp, I'm able to catch up with all the breaking news, real-time updates and trending stories on the go right on my phone, no matter where I am. It's quick, easy and always on. And here you can join us by scanning the QR code or using the link on our X and Instagram. Why wait? Come to the side of news that keeps you ahead. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments. Just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen, and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyingo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass,
Thanks for staying with us. This morning, we shine a light on a viral scandal that has many Nigerians asking tough questions. A video showing students at Excel College, Ijibu, smoking, drinking, and dancing in the school hostel. Excel College has confirmed parts of the video are real, and the Lagos State government, along with the police, has launched investigations. Critics argue this is a wake-up call, a failure of supervision, discipline and moral guidance in schools. Today, we discuss not just the incidents, but underlying patterns, how schools enforce discipline, the role of parents and guardians, the pressure on youth in urban centers, and what systems must change to protect our children's welfare. What are your thoughts on this? I'm sure many of us have seen the viral video, and I would like to know what came to your head when you saw that video. Aside from the video, there was a write-up, more like a report on what actually happened. And some parents came out, somebody said that the child was, celebrating her final birthday. It was a school saying that one of the videos was actually true, but it was non-alcoholic wine that was gotten. And the children were shown popping the wine and all of that. The second video, they also confirmed that the children were playing a game and trying to smoke. The name of the game is something pass, smoke and pass or something like that.
Can we just confirm, were they current students or ex-students?
Current students who were about to write their final exams, yes. So, the two videos were real coming from the school and the police has launched investigations. But what did you think when you saw the video and saw the comments?
Okay. I felt disappointed, of course, as a parent, watching young children experimenting. But we all know how peer pressure works with kids. One child comes in, no matter the value that you have given your child, comes in with an habit they picked up from anywhere, In our time, it happened from videos that they watched, young girls trying to do things, people wanting to party, do things that, adults were doing. And so they found a way. Teenagers have this resilient spirit they can deploy positively or negatively. And so the video, I was like, this thing happens. With all the parenting, you would think that everything that is happening in your head is what is happening in the world. As a mom, that's our biggest fear. That, we'll find our kids in situations like this. When I saw there was this, the thing they were smoking, and it didn't look like cigar. It didn't look like cigarettes.
It looked like paper.
Our time,
Folded paper.
Most of them were caught. It was rolled up paper. So a lot of them were caught smoking cigarettes, and they were beating blue-black. And cigarettes is not even, it's learning grades to the grades of this thing I saw. And so I was like, this is the fear of every parent. I can only imagine, because their faces were visible. What the parents of each of them be thinking in their houses right now. People go down, hypertension go down, they worry some parents, And I was like, this is the problem of supervision. We all bring our kids, we donate them to a group of people who are supposed to be in guardianship of the kids. And then every time a video like this surfaces, you see them collecting money but failing at it. Running businesses where the supervision is not happening. Those days when we were growing up, as my school was a mixed school. In fact, in just one, my class was 99 students alone, just one diamond alone, talk less of the entire set. In my class, sitting capacity was 99, as in they arrange chairs, 5, 5, 5, 5, and we have rows all the way back. And I remember that our parents' fear was somebody found a way to know who. Myself and my elder sister were in the same set, and somebody was able to spot the difference, to know us, to know each person's traits. Those are the businesses of guardians, school teachers. I went to my school, godson, let me put it like that, school, and I saw one boy. He was jumping on the trampoline and somebody had already beaten him. And then there was no teacher in view. It was another child that was saying, this boy has beaten Zaid. This boy, and I was leaving. When I saw the boy, it was also like a toddler. I just cooled down and said, maybe you go, come carry your cape, come, behave yourself, But if I was upset that, a teacher should have seen that happen. And his lashes were already wet. He shows when he has cried and he has finished crying, you will notice it from me. I usually use that to check on his parents too when I visit her. This boy has been crying. I saw it was a bit wet. So this is a small child. The role of the supervisor is usually undervalued. He's not undervalued, underestimated by the school people themselves. Anybody who can be distracted by their phone, one thing or the other, shouldn't be in that space, because a lot of things happen in that space. The time when we were talking about my son's abuse, I was asking, who is sitting on the CCTV? Where is the CCTV? But who sits on it? So who's supposed to be watching it live? These are the other time we had this group of students who had traveled, it was supervisor role that we were talking about, because if somebody was there, any one child can bring any habit, but the others will not call it fun. If the supervisor stems that one child, immediately it starts. But you see, when they place a camera and do a full video and enjoy themselves, supervisor did not show face at all. So I don't know how we're going to do it, but I know that Lagos State is on top of it. I want to see how it plays out. And I believe that this school should be feeling some kind of way by themselves.
This was since April.
No, Lagos State is investigating
now,
because the video came out.
Surfaced, the video surfaced.
So for me, it's, I just always pray that we know that children get to a certain age where they just want to experiment, try out things. Sometimes it's the very thing that you have taught them not to do. They want to rebel and know why and experiment it. And our prayer is that in their experimentations, may they not do something that destroys their lives forever. So as much as I hear Nima talk about the failure of supervision of the guardians, either at home or in school, there are many times that it is not that. It is just these are children being so rebellious, wanting to experiment, finding ways to do it in such a way that you don't catch them. They understand where all your eyes are, and they find different ways to, just circumvent that. So there's also that, and that video, to be honest, I know something that even happened to me much closer, like very close to home, where a student who was very close to me was about to graduate. Amazing, young boy, leading the school in academics, athletics, and everything. He was the poster child of a well-brought-up boy who was representing not only his family well, but his school well. And then a day before their graduation, all of them feeling like, hey, they're about to graduate. Parents had come from all over the world to this school to come for the graduation the next day. This group of children found a place where they were drinking, smoking, everything, and the video was sent to the school.
Oh, no.
And the parents were called in. This was hours before the graduation. What the school did was not to allow them graduate. So even though this particular person was supposed to have gotten all these accolades, nothing, we just collected his certificate. So the thing that the school did was, because of your parents, this was even a lenient approach. It would have been much worse. If they were staying in the school, they would have been expelled, but they had finished. But okay, so we'll give you your certificate. So there will be issues like this where children will go out of their way to just be stupid. Sometimes when I look at children today and they do something, I'm like, were we that stupid? Like, the stupidity is, like, can't you even think of yourself in 2 or 3 years, what this might mean to you or to your life? But they don't think that way. They think of, this is now, I need to show. And then the thing of being, I need to be part of the cool kids, I need to belong. So that's wanting that sense of belonging is also quite high, among that age. So you want to have a group, you want to have a community, and they find themselves doing things that they know is wrong, but it makes me be part of something. What we can just do is just keep being vigilant. We have to definitely punish those who have been caught doing something wrong to serve as a deterrent for all the other ones coming ahead. As parents, we use that video or the punishment to say, look at what may happen to you if you continue to go down this path, or if you think that this is the path that you should go, these are the consequences of such actions. So all we have to do is just keep supervising, keep talking to them, and hopefully we'll see less of this. That's it.
What were your thoughts?
No parent wants to be here. People are calling out the school. And I know it is very easy to call out the school, but it isn't just about the school. Yes, the school have their responsibilities, but it isn't just about the school, because even with my kids, with the level of shielding that I have shielded them, I still discover things and I'm wondering how, from where.
They are growing.
That is life. Children will grow, children will find loopholes, children would find, it's like my maid now carries the beverages into her room when she wants to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
And my husband came home very late, around midnight one day, and he was like, he wants to drink tea. He feels like taking tea before going to bed. And I was like, beverages would be we looked for it everywhere. We couldn't find it. I said, beverages would be in Peace Room. Let's go and look. Let's wake up. Should we wake Peace up? I say, I want to drink tea, I don't understand. Why is she locking up? I say, my children, they have developed a very high level of discovering everywhere that you hide it.
True.
And they will hit the cup full of different concoction and just lick it. And when my house girl reports to me with the intention of me, I said, see, I did worse. My dad hid the milk, as in, like, they hid the beverages everywhere. I will discover everything where it is and I will finish it. To the point that they now put the 3 bottles, sugar, cocoa and milk in the center table of the living room, that it is in front of you.
You don't need to hide
it. Maybe it's adventure that's making you look for it.
That is the way children are. I had to remember that I did it. So the more you say don't do it, is the more they would want to try it. So it is educating and not threatening. You must educate the child to see why they shouldn't do it, the consequences of not doing it, the impact of doing it. Now, what people do in other countries is involve idle minds. Children cannot be idle. Keep them in sports.
Yeah.
Any child that knows the consequence of drinking, smoking, and doing all sorts of things on their sporting activity, and there's a consequence to it, they will not do it. So a lot of people end up being clean just because I can't afford to do this. I would miss out on my game. It would impact on my...
I won't play well.
I won't play well. So give them something else. But you cannot take children away from activities that would engage them. Something has to engage them. Is it that they are doing stuff with the opposite sex, or they are doing stuff with drugs and all of that? You need to occupy them. They need outlets. They have too much energy. Their body is raging with so much hormones, and their life is just so, everything is just out there. So there's little to stop them if we don't adequately educate them, properly occupy them, and provide supervision. And there must be stiff consequence. If you catch one, don't let it go. When you let one slide, when you forgive one, others will see it going, and they would get it. They would think they can get away with it. So we must, if we say, oh, children have access to their phone just for this, then it must be the only reason. And its impact on others, because if SS3 students did it and they graduated, if the other SS1 person too will feel like
it might become ritual for graduation
ceremony. We do all sorts of
let me just do
my sister.
We need to deal with
Let's take a short break now. When we come back, we'll open our phone lines for calls and messages on this topic. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
My skin is my identity, my strength. It's unique and deserves care made specially for me. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care.
Hey, my people, I greet you plenty.
My name is Nachika Okeke.
My name na Uwi Balogun. My name na Damilola Banire. My name na Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo, listen.
And this na Abigail.
And I dare on top of you, Pigeon.
I'm going to bring you bass, boost. I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show, say, now my husband be this.
This now what you want.
After that day, the man
you go see him again. If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody.
When you dey find the husband, you not see sign say the guy smart, you don't vex, don't give signs.
If they look for person, we will give them to you. Fact as he be.
Men no dey ever get fault. If baby not dey for her, na the woman.
Talk no dey be person, you make person no fit talk through inside.
But for this country, we not say if we open curtain in the morning, waiting no good, no good.
Me and my sisters, hey, we go tanda gidigba for inside studio to give una all the latest information.
But we not even take responsibility for the children. Please the man.
And that's some period.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
I'm Nifemi Oguntoye, news anchor with TVC News.
My day is usually busy and it's difficult keeping up with breaking news stories, trending stories, business news, stock exchange and what have you. But with TVC News on WhatsApp, I'm able to catch up with all the breaking news, real-time updates and trending stories on the go, right on my phone, no matter where I am. It's quick, easy and always on. And here you can join us by scanning the QR code or using the link on our X and Instagram. Why wait? Come to the side of news that keeps you ahead. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments, just quick questions, quick moves. Big. We Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments, just quick questions, quick moves, and we Cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
Welcome back. We're still discussing this conversation, talking about students who were caught smoking, drinking, and making a video of it. And I would like you to join the conversation and call us on 02016-352013 or 0902416-3440. Tweet us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. So recently, that was last week, I was at my son's tea party in class, you know, the very first engagement with the parents and the teachers, getting to know the new class and the new teacher. And I was called upon to give like an advice. And when I stood there, I was talking about character, I was talking about focus, and some of the things I was saying. And as I was saying it, I was looking directly at my son. Yes, because you know, teenagers at this at this point in their life, they want to try so many things. They give into a lot of distractions. They forget why you are paying the fees you're paying to be in the school. So as I was talking with my authority in the voice, I was looking straight at his eyes. In my head, this advice is not just for everybody, it's for you. Because if you come home and meet me with some nonsense report, I will not take it. And that, you know, also reminded me of some of the things I noticed during the holiday, because then I was with them from morning till night every day for about 30 days. You know, when we go to work and come back, sometimes you don't really engage. They're in school, they come back, they're tired, they do their homework, they are in boarding house. But for 30 days, I was with these children and they were triggering me every 2 minutes. My head is like, what? Did I do anything wrong? Did I not teach this one properly? Did I not do this? In fact, I mentioned it here earlier. I had to go and bring my book. I was looking for my book. My husband was like, what are you looking for? I said, let me read some things, maybe to help me understand where they are and how, so that I don't overreact, just to remind myself that these are teenagers and they need hands-on. You cannot afford to step back and feel they can handle themselves. But I want to ask a question. When we were growing up, our housemasters, house mistresses had authority. Aside from the fact that they used beating to kill almost all of us, which we are against now, but they had authority that when they come out and they speak, you're afraid. You're afraid of consequences. But right now, do you think that we parents have somewhat taken away some of the authority those housemasters and house parents and teachers have? Because when they chastise your son, we have people who will carry their bag and go to school and fight. What role do you think we parents have played to minimize their hold and their authority that is making it affect our children now?
So the role is because I play it. So I would try to put a balance in. It's important to still play it. You have to, it's collaborative parenting. There's no way you relinquish all your powers to one person and give them so much authority, because we suffered some of them.
Nima, can I hold you a bit? I'll take Samuel and I'll come back to you. We have Samuel from Yaba. Good morning, Samuel.
There's no way you relinquish all your powers to one person and give them so much authority.
Samuel, you're listening to the TV. We can't take you.
Samuel, I'm Omolala, Mrs. Badru.
Mrs. Badru. Okay, good morning, Mrs. Badru.
How are you?
Okay, Badru.
You're live, Mrs. Badru. Go ahead. Yeah. Okay. Nima, go ahead.
So it's collaborative parenting. Some of us suffered where our parents gave so much authority. I used to say it here. I was, you know, at the mercy of the aunties. If you did not greet one auntie where she comes to tell your mother a side of the story, nobody's going to listen to you. Nobody used to ask you, oh yeah, waiting happen. You don't have a side against an elder. And so we knew what some of us suffered from these stories. And so we believe that we must listen to the side of the child. And so we collaborate. If my child comes home and tells me something happened in school, or a teacher is, I will find out if it was an abuse or a correction. I will find out. I will come to school. The teacher is going to see me. So we're at that stage where that collaboration must happen. And if we bring it into this picture with a bit of carelessness, it just might be, we might just wash off the seriousness of those problems that we had. But there's something that they also did in school, because as a young person, as a teenager, you have this rush of energy. You want to explore something.
Adrenaline, everything.
So sports, other activities, extracurricular activities were used to drain that energy off of the child. You had something that you were nurturing. You were not left idle. I don't know what's happening now because of this our gadgets that we are giving to children now. Children no longer do any form of sports that they really would, you know, be distracted by. In my house, I remember when I engaged my daughter at 4 to learn hairdressing. I know they find her now. If I shout her name 2 times, she's already doing something. You will meet her, all the socks in the house now, she will knit the edge. You buy socks, my daughter will knit the edge. So she's always engaged. The person I'm worried about that I'm looking for all the time in the Catholic Church backfield is the boy, because I have not been able to engage him. So we had things that, you know, schools ought to do. I remember then people who were doing volleyball in school, who were traveling interstate, the national military schools sports. People, they had energy that was already utilized, expired. You know,
at the end of the day,
there was nothing else they wanted to do, but you know, go for that sport. Maybe if they get one time to do one party, everybody go don't tire. You know, I don't know whether these things are still in schools, but we need an international sport, secondary school sport, things like that. That you know, everybody will channel their energy towards, because these are young boys. Did you see those boys? So young boys. You know, I'm just worried. Really.
Do you think it's widespread, this misbehavior, or just, you know, one-off and different? Has it become worse? Like, is the number become worse? Like, do we have like half a school behaving that way? I think it has just always been that you find a group of people who would misbehave, and as being parents, you know, we're just so scared, and we paint everybody, hey, but there are some children that are minding their business and doing what's right. You know, that's just to help allay some of our fears, because this parenting, if you do it with fear and trepidation, you don't be beating people that don't need to be beaten. But you know, when you said, what have we, like, how have we contributed to this? And for me, this saying, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I've been thinking about this, especially concerning boarding schools and having seniors in boarding schools. So my children's school, they don't have that hierarchy depending on your class and how seniors used to behave towards us. Like the senior can send you on errands, the senior can punish you for not doing what you're meant to do, you know. And it taught the seniors a form of responsibility, you know, and the juniors were also afraid not to misbehave, even when there were no teachers or parents or guardians there. Just knowing that you had a senior there watching you, be careful, right? So there came a point where there was abuse, and I feel that we threw the baby out with the bathwater. We threw the concept of just making sure that we were raising children who were responsible for other young ones, the younger ones learning that they need to be respectful of those ahead of them. We packed everything and we threw it out.
Miriam, let me pause you. I have to take this call. Baju, Mrs. Baju, good morning. Are you there? Baju. Sorry, we lost that. Yeah. We have to go on a short break now. When we come back, Miriam will continue her analogy. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers.
Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, you know, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, you know, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyingo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe it's achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made, and possibilities are endless. Amadedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Hey, my people, I greet you plenty.
My name is Nachika Okeke.
My name na Uwi Balogun. My name na Damilola Banire. My name na Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo, listen.
And this na Abigail.
And I dare on top of you, pigeon.
I'm gonna bring you bass, boost. I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show say na my husband be this.
This na wetin you want.
After that day, the man
you no go see am again. If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody. When you dey find the husband, you not see sign say the guy smart, you don't vex, don't give signs.
If they look for person, we will give them to you. Fact as it be.
Men no dey ever get fault. If baby no dey for her, na the woman.
Talk no dey be person, you make person no fit talk true inside.
But for this country, we not say if we open court in the morning, waiting no good, no good.
Me and my sisters, hey, we go tanda gidigba for inside studio to give una all the latest information.
But look, we not even take responsibility for the children. Please demand.
And that's some poria.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops,
Welcome back. Still on the topic, Miriam was making a point for
Yes, so I was just talking in, how we have just totally thrown out the good and the bad, concerning boarding school. And that is the same thing also that applies with schools and teachers towards our children and how they wield their authority. The fear of intimidation and abuse and being called to face some legal issues, schools have decided to be careful. We now have parents who are educated, well influential, well connected. We heard of a story of someone that drove to his child's school, took the principal of the school in front of all the students, put the principal in the boot and drove the principal out for daring to beat their child. So those are the things that, so now we're in a society where everybody is afraid of this sort of behavior, legal implications as well, and say, you see, this is what we can do for you and how far. We may mention to you that your child is misbehaving, then you handle your child as you see fit. But really, I don't think we're helping each other. We need to come back to what Nima said, that collaborative parenting, collaborative schooling. When they're in school, we're still involved, and encouraging the teachers to do it, as long as it's not in an abusive manner. Please, I always make sure I say, please, with my child, let me know. Punish my child. If you think my child, I say, if you cannot, tell me, the mother. Tell me, I will come to the school and I will tell him. I also tell my child in front of the teacher, your teacher is allowed to punish you if you do anything. Please let me know. And I think also that the teachers want to hear you say that, like, okay, and I find that the teachers come to you more to say your child behavior. Okay, this particular parent wants discipline for the child. Yeah. So, but really, as a society, I think we need to sit back at the table and discuss how we want our teachers to be able to parent our children when we're not there. Give them the authority, but then that does not mean that we're encouraging abuse.
Yeah,
responsibility.
Yeah.
So to your question about what could have happened, because over time, Nima mentioned the fact that there was a lot of abuse. There's still probably a lot of abuse going on in some schools right now, that the house-masters or teachers are abusing the children. So parents stepping up to defend their child is extremely important. There were comments on YouTube. Somebody was saying that whenever anybody reports me, my mom never believes me. She will just listen to the person. But I like that my dad always
would ask
my own opinion and believe whatever I say, that it makes me feel heard. So I think it's extremely important that we balance it, because the way people see things might be a bit different. I've been in situations where, like I said, children can be very naughty, especially as teenagers. It's just in the space of experimenting. Yeah. A lot of naughtiness, like, why did you unscrew that? Like, what were you trying to find? What were you looking for? Like, do you understand how much I used to buy this thing that you just unscrewed and you just kind of like, I don't get it. But if I allow the anger based on, remember Bobby's story, where he said he saw broke how many television, and how many people were breaking TV, people are beating up their kids because they can't afford to buy another one. And so the reaction is not based on the child, it's based on the financial state of. Long and short of the story is the I feel like if we take statistics of the housemasters and teachers we've had over the past 30 years, 40 years, decade by decade, and analyze the quality and the age and maturity of people that we are leaving to help us manage our children, we would understand why there's a lot of talk back with our children and a lot of issues with raising the children, because you cannot compare when you have teachers who understand, they've studied child psychology, they've been teachers for decades, they've raised your child, your kind of,
the size of your child.
They have kids older than you, and so when you're talking to them, it's a different experience. I have had someone take my son in year 1, went to school, had a child, came back, and is now taking my child in year 4, and there was a difference. Just the 2 years of doing her masters and having a child, I could see the maturity. It's a different thing, because she was not a mother before. Now she's a mother. It's different. I see the assistant teacher, the younger men, and I see the older married men. The way they talk to me as a parent in the class is different. So when the school employs based on account balance, and we have created an economy that has demonized and not support teachers or honor teachers, we are going to suffer it. Because our future is our children, and our children are at cost. So if everybody is feeling like I'm too big to be a teacher, I want to go and chase money, who will teach our children? There are women I've seen in my children's school, and I honor them because I'm like, I know how intelligent this woman is. I've seen her post on social media. I know that this she's doing is passion all the way. And I celebrate her, even though she's no longer teaching any of my children. It is important that we honor teachers so that they don't feel the need to chase something else outside. And we put mature people. You were talking about teenagers. They are online. They know what's up. They know what's up. They know what is happening. They know the effect. They know the highlights. They know everything. So when you're talking to them, they know you. Are you talking about the children that you took to abroad? They have laptop. They know the teacher does not have a laptop. You know the way they would look down.
But that is where the problem is. I'm going to come to that.
We need to raise. It's not. I'm not talking about. I'm saying we need to raise we need to help our teachers to boost them to understand the authority they have. Not subjected to money or they should be repressed based on the environment they find themselves. It comes with maturity. There are things I can do now. I'm 40, and the things I could not do when I was 30. I couldn't do it then. I didn't have the maturity to do it.
I agree with you, but there's also another flip side to it. But let me take this call, and I would answer that. We have a caller from Alimosho. Are you there?
Don't listen to the TV.
We can't hear you. You are listening to the television.
Hello, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Good morning, sir.
Can you hear me?
Good morning, Reverend Dominic.
Can I go on? Can you hear me? Give me a signal.
Yes, we can.
Hello, can you hear me?
You are listening to the TV. Just go on. Just go on.
Oh, God. Okay. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Let's straight to the point. Ladies, there's advantage and disadvantage in everything.
Okay.
I'm communicating, yes. There's advantage and disadvantage in everything. the advantage, the way we are trained in Africa, outweigh disadvantage of what we are seeing today, where nobody will talk to a child, where nobody will scold a child. Please remember, all of you here, I'm a pastor. I go to America and see American pastors. One of their greatest pain is that they cannot talk to their children, they cannot scold their children, they cannot beat their children. They are dying in silence. We are rejecting people who are dying in silence in the way they train their children that have turned evil today. We in Africa have the best way to train children. Many years ago, our friends in London, in America, bring back their children in Africa for training, for culturing. You know, but today, we in Africa, who have the best culture of training children to come out the best, are imitating people who are in shame. What I'm trying to say is this: we must go back the way we train children in Africa. If there's a teacher who is abusive, we take him or her out of the system. We must go back there if we must have good children and go to have training in Nigeria. The best way to train children is the way our fathers train us. There's no other way. There may be abuse here and there. Yes, money is good. Money is good. But money, if you see somebody misuse money, you thought that money is evil. If you see somebody use money very well, you know the power of money. That way to train children in Africa. This is why you are here speaking English this morning, the way you are trained. All of you here have African training. That makes you the good girl you are today. Our children are messing up. You are own and my own. There's no doubt about it. The way we are training them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Reverend Dominic. Unfortunately, we have to wrap up this topic. Yes, it's just so painful. But I've heard you ladies. I wanted to quickly answer to say that I heard her in terms of maturity, but there's also what they call training, right? Every school should have a method of doing things where whether you're young and you're passionate. I was a teacher I finished NYSC and I had a job in the bank, but I wanted to teach. I was passionate about teaching. And what they did for me was to camp me as a graduate trainee and trained me on their way of doing things for I think about 6 to 8 weeks. We had the templates, we had everything. We're doing regular trainings and I entered as a professional teaching with their methods. So we can also do that. And funny enough, the children loved the fact that we were young. They listened to us more because we were like them. When we wear the muftis, we all mixed together and they paid attention to us. I was in preschool, I was having classes in secondary school as well, and they were my friends and they listened in my class. So it's not really about, and some of us also went into the boarding house where they became house parents and they had fantastic kids listening to them. So sometimes it's not really about the age, it's about the training. What training are these schools giving to these teachers to show professionalism on how to handle those young people and also their parents? But
I personally have always preferred younger teachers. They understand what you're dealing with, you know. And a badly trained older teacher also really does some very horrible things. And then a badly trained young teacher would also face, you know, those issues. But for me, I think the more closer, and it's not closer in age because we are talking of people that are at least, you know, in their late 20s to early 30s. So there's definitely a huge gap between a teenager and that person. It's about teaching respect really at home. You know, and this, can I just add this? And this thing of the fear of your own child has all these things and their teacher does not have this. I think we need to do a lot of work at home. If you're the sort of parents that make it seem that this thing is so important in life above respecting another adult or someone that doesn't have, it will show because there are many children that come from very wealthy homes and they don't express themselves that way. So parents need to work on that as well.
Thank you so much. We've looked at all the aspects of this conversation. It's something that we'll keep talking about from time to time, and hopefully we'll see how Lagos State government gets into this business and carries out the proper investigations. But we are cutting off to join a live broadcast. Viewers can continue watching your View show by scanning the QR code on the screen. It's a live on strengthening legislation. House Committee on Constitution Review hosts a public hearing live in Abuja at the moment. We'll take a short break now. When we come back, we'll move on to the next topic for today. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient,
It's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyingo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call a permanent solution.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amadedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Hey, my people, I greet you plenty.
My name na Chika Okeke.
My name na Uwi Balogun. My name na Damilola Banire. My name na Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo, listen.
And this na Abigail.
And I dare on top of you, Pigeon.
I'm going to bring you bass, boost. I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show, say, now my husband be this.
This na wetin you want.
After that day, the man
you no go see him again. If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody.
When you dey friend the husband, you not see sign say the guy small thing, don't vex, don't give signs.
If they look for person wey go give am to you, fact as it be.
Men no dey ever get fault. If baby no dey for her, na the woman.
Talk no dey be person, make person no fit talk true inside. But for this country, we know say if we open curtain in the morning, waiting no good, no good.
Me and my sisters, hey, we go tanda gidigba for inside studio to give una all the latest information.
Husband, we no even take responsibility for the children. Please the man.
And that's some poria.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
I'm Nifemi Oguntoye, news anchor with TVC News.
My day is usually busy and it's difficult keeping up with breaking news stories, trending stories, business news, stock exchange and what have you. But with TVC News on WhatsApp, I'm able to catch up with all the breaking news, real-time updates and trending stories on the go, right on my phone, no matter where I am. It's quick, easy and always on. And hey, you can join us by scanning the QR code or using the link on our X and Instagram. Why wait? Come to the side of news that keeps you ahead. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments, just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
A dialogue that could shape our future. Wednesday, October 1 at 6 p.m.
Imagine a country with over 300 plenty languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo? Where we get a common language, where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self, and every person where they for street. That's now why we dey introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station where they unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show, Waiting Day, with your brother, your friend, Wale Po.
Everywhere.
So, Bobo.
Gen Z, it a joke for this time.
This is not Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Oh.
Now we be what's up Naija crew. Now we they give you wetin dey sup for inside we country.
Yes, so
keep it loud.
If God be your papa, why you not gonna make Yanga?
How do I holla?
now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, you right here.
Nobody better than we, right?
I can whispers be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go hear.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga.
Thanks for staying with us. Today, we're tackling one of the growing threats in today's digital world, cyberbullying and cyber stalking, which affects not only individuals, but also organizations, media houses, government MDAs, officials, and even celebrities. These online attacks can result in severe mental health issues, reputational damage, and operational disruption, with journalists and public figures being particularly vulnerable. Joining us in the studio, or joining us not in the studio, is the head cybersecurity department of Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, Babagana Digima. He will explain the commission's critical role in monitoring and regulating online activity, collaborating with law enforcement, and enforcing legal frameworks to curb cyber harassment. We will also be having via phone a lawyer, social media influencer, barrister Mohammed Ndakudu Adam, popularly known as Foundational Nupe Lawyer. You can join the conversation and call us on 09024163440 or tweet us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. Welcome, sirs. Welcome, Babagana. Can you hear me, sir?
Thank you. Welcome.
Yes, and welcome, Barrister Mohammed.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, so this issue of cyber stalking and cyber bullying is what a lot of people have experienced, especially people in the public eye. And sometimes when these experiences come, it's usually very painful. People take you out of context. People post things that are not true. And many times you don't know who to report to, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to handle the issue. And I'm happy we're going to be having this conversation so that at least, first of all, the NCC will tell us the right channel to take issues like this too. So Babagana, when this sort of issue happens to maybe an individual or an organization, what is the first step that they should take to curb it?
Okay, thank you. You want me to go first?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you once again. As you have acknowledged, issue of cyber stalking and cyber bullying, it's a very, very serious issue that has affected so many people, companies, individuals, marriages, and all cutting across different aspects of our lives in this country. And my disposition towards it has always been that if anything is said about you that is untrue, that is damaging to your reputation, that is damaging to your business or whatever it is, the first thing you need to do is to take screenshot of that publication on the cyberspace, either to X, that's formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or whatever platform it is, because there is no how you want to take any legal action on that particular matter without having your evidence. So the first thing I always tell people to do is take the evidence.
Okay.
The second thing is speak to a lawyer. I always tell people, even on my platform, unfortunately, I've also been a victim of cyberbullying on the media space. And I always tell people, speak to a lawyer. Because when you speak to a lawyer is able to guide you on the steps you need to now take moving forward. And in my experience as a lawyer, there are options available for you to take. One of them is submitting a petition to the authority, because cyber stalking, cyberbullying are crimes under our law. In fact, including defamation. A lot of people have argued back and forth as to whether it should be a criminal action or a civil action. But as at the state of law today, defamation is both a crime and a civil wrong. Therefore, after taking the evidence, speaking to a lawyer, the lawyer would advise you on the options available to you, either to go to file a civil action against that person, or submit a petition to the relevant government agency, particularly the Nigerian police, for investigation. So those are the first steps I always advise people to take. Take your evidence and speak to a lawyer to advise you on the options.
Thank you, Barrister Mohammed. Yes, I would like Baba Gana to respond to the question as well.
Thank you. Good morning. Okay. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
My name is Engineer Baba Gana Digima from the Nigerian Communications Commission. I'm the head of Cyber Security and Internal Governance Department. The issue, like my fellow speaker, Mr. Muhammad, has said, is a very serious issue. Cyber stalking and cyberbullying. They are two similar or two related issues that we're facing. It's when individuals use communication means, or the cyber, the internet, the platforms, and etc., to harass or intimidate or threaten people, or to follow them, invade their privacy and so on. Well, these are issues that unfortunately have evolved also as a result of how we live in the cyberspace. So the major thing we always say is that these are both technical issues or social issues now, and they're also legal issues, like he has mentioned. We have cases where stalking and bullying has led even to death, apart from reputations that have been damaged, etc. But it also applies, let me be clear here, not only to adults or to companies, but also to children, which is also a major concern. So cyberbullying and cyber stalking is not limited to age or limited to companies and so on. So it's a very serious issue. And Mr. Muhammad has already mentioned that you can take legal action in some cases, but we also want to look at the individuals, how you can avoid or minimize some of these effects. For example, you don't share your locations, for instance, or you don't share so many personal information that people can use to intimidate or harass you online. And if you have those issues have come up, then, like he has mentioned, you first make sure you preserve the evidence, which means saving those information, whether it's via screenshot or you record it or you do some of those things that are necessary. In terms of emails and the rest, you make sure you have all the headers, the email headers, when it was sent, who it was sent from, and so on. So those are things that forensically can be looked at to trace where those messages or where those threatening messages or harassing or embarrassing messages came from. down even to the device that sent that message. So they form basic part of the evidence that is needed to safeguard an individual's rights and liberties online. But apart from that, we also have to look at the individuals themselves who have been stalked or bullied online. And you need to find ways to provide some support to them. So that means you have to do a lot of awareness, counseling, and so on that are needed for people who have been affected by such stalking and bullying online. And for the children as well, in the Nigerian Communications Commission, we have the Child Online Protection. It's an ensemble of activities that we have. It's also part of UN and ITU program that tries to make sure that children are protected online. And several activities in that regard has been done. For instance, we have the National Child Online Protection Policy and Strategy.
Okay, Engineer. We'll take a short break now.
And
Engineer, can you hear me?
Nigerian Communications Commission will also have
Engineer Babagana, can you hear me?
A number of toolkits that we have made available for people.
We have to take a short break now. Can you hear me, sir? We have to take a short break now. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
TerraCube is available in beef, chicken, jollof and shrimp flavors at attractive prices of 50, 100, 200 and 500 naira.
TerraCube. Unwrap joy. Unleash taste.
Sedap Supreme Noodles is here for you. Because only the finest ingredients go into Sedap Supreme Chicken Essence to give it that truly delicious chicken taste. Sedap Supreme tasty chicken noodles with real chicken essence, capturing the Sedap Supreme tasty chicken goodness. Sedap Supreme Noodles, the essence of tasty chicken goodness. Also available in rich spices variant. Be Supreme Nigeria.
Guys, food is ready.
Suitable for jollof rice, stew, spaghetti, and yam portage. Cooked to impress. The world needs moms.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government that will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyinbo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity.
Welcome back. We're still talking about cyber stalking and cyber bullying, and Miriam was ready with her question.
Yes, my question is to Engineer Babagana concerning if there's a specific mandate that the NCC has, concerning cyber bullying, and especially when you also mentioned child online protection. I feel that you're a bit just, could you give us specifically, the things that NCC does for children in protecting them before, when cyberbullying happens?
Yeah, thank you very much. Like I've mentioned, specifically, what the NCC does is, of course, in terms of children, we encourage parents, counselors, teachers, etc., to be also aware of the issues around child online protection, which includes protecting children from stalking or bullying online.
Sorry to just cut in. Is it just an advisory role that the NCC has when it comes to cyberbullying and cyber stalking?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
I said, is it just an advisory role that you have when it comes to issues like this?
Okay, in terms of bullying and stalking, I think some of the advice we'll give people is that normally...
so she's asking, Engineer Babagana, she's asking if it's only advice that the NCC gives, or are there actions that you take when you have a case of cyberbullying?
Oh, definitely. Apart from advice, of course, the NCC, even though we are not law enforcement, but we also interact with the platforms. We interact with our licensees. We also interact, of course, with the consumers. So what we do is, if there are things that are within the purview of our licensees, for example, if you are being stalked through the phone, somebody is calling you unnecessarily and so on, we intervene in such situations to find out who is calling you. We can talk to our licensees to make sure that it's either blocked or that person has been, or we can even block the number or even recover the number if it needs to be. But we also interface with law enforcement agencies, like the National Cyber Crime Center and so on. And so we can link up the victims of such type of criminal activities with the law enforcement. In terms of the children, we also interface with NAPTIP and other agencies, as well as a number of NGOs, such as the Nnamdi Kanu Foundation, and so on and so forth. We have quite a number of them that deal directly with children and with teachers and parents as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'll still stay with the NCC because just wanted to understand it. There was a Netflix movie that came out. I got to watch it about some level of stalking that took place, and the process of getting the details of the stalker was a bit difficult. So I was happy when you mentioned now that there's a way. Is it the report to the police or report to the police and the NCC? If you want to trace numbers of someone specifically, maybe even in case of if you notice being bullied online and there's a number and you want to ensure that you can get the person, what's the process if I want to find out who is the person behind this phone number? Would I report to the police or report to police and then NCC, or I report to the NCC and then maybe the police will take it up? How do we get the person behind a number?
It depends on how the situation is, but normally the law enforcement agencies, especially, are the first people you ought to report to, especially if it involves threats to life or threats to property and so on. We encourage all our consumers or all everybody to report first to law enforcement. But at the same time, if it's something that is very urgent that needs to be stopped, we have the 622 number, which is a toll-free number that calls directly to the NCC. You can call and report there, and the NCC will advise you or will take the necessary action. But for individuals also, we try to encourage people to know that the platforms they use also have provisions for reporting issues such as that. So they would have been even maybe more quicker for you to get, for instance, if you're using any of the social media platforms and somebody is sending pictures of you or something that is harassing you online, then you can report it directly to those platforms and they can take immediate action.
Okay,
even
engineer.
before it comes to the NCC.
All right, so we'll take a short break now. When we come back, we'll wrap up the conversation. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Hey, my people, I greet you plenty. My name na Chika Okeke.
My name na Uwi Balogun. My name na Damilola Banire. My name na Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo, listen.
And this na Abigail.
And I dare on top your view pigeon.
I'm going to bring you bass, boost. I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show, say, now my husband be this.
This na wetin you want.
After that day, the man
no go see him again.
If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody.
When you dey find the husband, you not see sign say the guy smart, you don't vex, don't give signs. If they look for person, we go give them to you. Fact as it be.
Men no dey ever get fault. If baby not dey for her, na the woman.
Talk no dey be person, you make person no fit talk true inside. But for this country, we not say if we open court in the morning, waiting no good, no good.
Me and my sisters, hey, we go tanda gidigba for inside studio to give una all the latest information.
But look, we not even take responsibility for the children. Leave the man.
And that's some period.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
I'm Nifemi Oguntoye, news anchor with TVC News.
My day is usually busy and it's difficult keeping up with breaking news stories, trending stories, business news, stock exchange and what have you. But with TVC News on WhatsApp, I'm able to catch up with all the breaking news, real-time updates and trending stories on the go, right on my phone, no matter where I am. It's quick, easy and always on. And here you can join us by scanning the QR code or using the link on our X and Instagram. Why wait? Come to the side of news that keeps you ahead. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments, just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner.
Welcome back. Nima has a question for the barrister.
Yes, Dilo. It's been a thing in Nigeria now where we see people clamoring that there should be stiffer laws against cyberbullying, and a lot of talk around as if we do not have existing laws. As ladies of your view, in our businesses we must have received some lashing, from trolls. And we've trended a lot of times for the wrong reasons, with people making us news issues to be attacking on their blog sites. What can be done? Do we really need stiffer laws, or what can we do as TV hosts?
Barrister, before you respond, let me add to that. For instance, we had an issue here where it was NSAS period, and what we said on the show was taken out of context posted on X, at the time Twitter, and that was what made people come here to burn the place down from a false narrative.
Yes.
In that case, what could have been done?
And recently, one of our newscasters was also made news item where one of these blog people, creators, made her news and attacked her personality and character as content that he's using. What would you say to people like us?
Your voice was really breaking throughout, so I.
Which of us?
The only thing I got was how what you said on the station was taken out of context.
Yes.
And posted on Twitter.
Yes, at the time. Yes.
Which led to
the attack that happened in TVC. Yes.
Did I get that correct?
Yes. Go ahead.
Did I get that correct?
Yes, you did, sir.
Okay, so what's the question exactly, so that I know how to address it?
The question is, what could we have done as an organization, seeing that what we were saying was taken out of context, which brought assault to the TV station? What could we have done?
How could it?
Okay, yes, like I said, Mr. Vagana has addressed the danger of people posting things like that on the media space or on the digital space. Now, what you could have done, like I said earlier, was to, I'm sure you must have had recordings of what you said, and you have proof of what was said and how it was taken out of context. And then the best thing or the next thing you could have done was to, aside issuing a disclaimer clarifying your position, is to submit a petition to the authority, because now this is now beyond reputational damage to the organization. Is to also submit a petition to the authority if the authority is able to now trace those people who carried out the arson against the organization, particularly the people who posted it. Because when you look at the provisions of Cybercrimes Prevention Act of 2015, Section 24 particularly, you see that it lists out instances where the offense of cyber stalking can be committed. And one of them is threat to harm the property or reputation of the addressee or another person.
Okay.
So now, the law has already criminalized it. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. We can hear you, Barrister.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
The network is really fluctuating from that end.
Continue, we can hear you.
Can I go on?
Yes, please.
You have 2 seconds.
Okay, so yes, and the law clarifies, or the law makes provisions for the punishment for that. One of them is 25 million naira fine and 10 years imprisonment, just for you to see how serious these offenses are. And the law has said you pay for anybody found guilty of this offense.
Okay, I don't know, Barrister Mohammed.
Even address the loss that your company or your TV station must have suffered. The answer is no, and that is why you have to now take a further step to institute a civil action against those people who posted the wrong information about your company, taking what you said out of context, and as well as
I'm sorry, we've lost. Yes, we're not getting any information from them. We've lost him. But thank you so much, Barrister Mohammed Ndakudu Adam and Engineer Babagana Digima, Head of Cybersecurity Department, NCC, for joining us today to talk about this burning issue in the country. Hopefully, they can come, more and talk more about this. But we've learned 1 or 2 things from this. We have to go now. They said if anything happens in this manner, the first thing is to screenshot the false publication, have that as evidence, then speak to a lawyer, then the lawyer would advise you if you have to submit a petition to the authority, whether it's the police that you need to go to, and also to issue a disclaimer. In the case of TVC, we could have come out to say this was not what we meant. This was the conversation we had, put out the full clip there, because we had that conversation ongoing and we were actually on the side of the people, not even the government at the time. I remember those conversations very clearly. But thank you so much, ladies, for your contributions today. That's all we can take on the show. You join us again tomorrow for another interesting show. Bye-bye now.